It is the voice of Indiana County, WCCS AM 1160 and 101.1 FM. And good morning to you. Our conversation with Indiana Borough Police Chief Justin Schawl, brought to you by Marcus & Mack, a law firm representing injured people. We just spoke with him yesterday here on Indiana in the Morning, and we touched upon this topic, but the rumors get going, and they sort of, they're like a brush fire. They just build, and they build, and they build, and some things could have a grain of truth to them. Some things might be kind of dubious. We wanted to clear it up with Police Chief Justin Schawl this morning. Chief, good morning.
Good morning. Thank you for the opportunity.
It's good to have you with us. So the rumor is, of course, and of course, the rally was set up to begin at somewhere around 4th and Philadelphia Street, and then we got all kinds of conflicting reports yesterday. What is the latest that you know about the planned events in Indiana County and Indiana Borough?
Thank you for that opportunity. We are certain that there will be a gathering that begins in the 400 block of Philadelphia Street, near the intersection of 4th and Philadelphia Street. The size and the scope of that gathering, I don't have clarity on, but I've received all assurances that we're able to have that the gathering will be peaceful, and certainly the intent is for it to be lawful and respectful, and it will certainly be something that the police department is able to support. Now, there are lots of rumors that I've heard. I can sense that there's fear from business owners and community members who are watching national media and seeing some destructive behavior, and have concern. I've also heard rumor and been given information from many different directions that there are buses that have arrived to Indiana or through Indiana. And I want to say unequivocally, for everyone in the community, you are well cared for by the police department. You are well cared for by each other. Gatherings are lawful in Indiana Borough. Protests are lawful in Indiana Borough. Violence, property damage, these things remain unlawful, but they're these are very, very small instances other than what's being played out on the national media. And I will tell you that we have thoroughly vetted and investigated all information that's come in. And as I sit here, I am confident that if there were buses in Indiana County last night, it was not for a protest in Indiana Borough. And that if anyone has seen them, there are many other purposes for buses to be in Indiana County or traveling through Indiana County other than for a nefarious purpose. And if I felt in any way, shape, or form that the police department needed to get information out to the Indiana Borough community that would keep you more peaceful, safer, or more comfortable, I would do it in a heartbeat, as I always have. So I know that may have been more than you asked in that simple question, but I wanted to make certain that was clear from the onset.
All right, very good. Now, as to what will be happening today, as you said, starting in the 400 block of Philadelphia Street, will they actually be out onto the street, and will there be a disruption in the traffic flow at one of the busiest intersections in Indiana?
Well, I would hope that everything is peaceful and respectful. I don't, protests can grow organically. Gatherings can grow organically. Like I said, there's nothing unlawful. There's no permit needed to peacefully assemble. There are certain situations where a peaceful assembly can become so large that it requires, for safety measures, for a street to be closed. Generally, those events that are known with sufficient time require permitting. There have been no permits that have been issued, so I am under the assumption that the gathering is not anticipated to be large enough to fundamentally obstruct a road or a sidewalk. But one of the things that Indiana Borough residents can be proud of their police department about is that we're flexible. So if something needs changed, if something in the moment needs altered to accommodate a public safety need, or if police action needs taken to prevent harm or violence, then that's what we'll do. But until we know for certain or have an understanding of how the event needs supported by the police, then I certainly don't want to be on record with anything like that.
As you have said, the size of the gathering is one of those things that is undetermined. Are you in contact with other agencies such as state police, campus police, or others about requiring their assistance? The Sheriff's Department, of course, as well?
Well, we're always in contact with each other. I've made no specific request for assistance from the Indiana Borough Police Department, but I certainly have the confidence to know that if there was a need for assistance in any matter, whether it be a car accident or a missing child or a fire, that we would have that assistance immediately. So my confidence level in other law enforcement, if the need existed to have assistance, is extremely high. It's equally as high as the confidence level I have in our own officers to handle the situations that may arise here in the best interest of the borough. So no specific arrangements have been made, but every confidence in the world that they don't need to be prearranged based on past relationships.
Okay, so this is probably going to get underway again at what time?
Well, the advertisement, the flyer that I have seen says 2 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
But again, I'm not in contact with event organizers as of this point in time, so I have very limited information. Just a reiteration that peaceful protests are certainly lawful and encouraged, gatherings and conversations, and if there are a reason for concern, community, any information that the police department had that may better serve to protect the community member, I would certainly provide that. But the fear is unfounded at this point in time, and it's only likely to cause harm to everyone.
One other thing, we're talking with Indiana Borough Police Chief Justin Schawl. Do you anticipate that demonstration then would move through town, or would be centrally located there around 4th and Philly and stay in that area?
Well, I don't know. I don't have that answer, and I don't know that I need to have that answer at the moment, because again, as long as it's peaceful and lawful, the only reason that someone would have to inform me would be if they wanted some specific police presence, or they were asking a logistical question. So no requests for police presence have been made. There's been no logistical request, and there's been no permitting. But that should not serve to concern anyone in town, because these are normal things that happen when peaceful, spontaneous gatherings occur.
All right, very good. Chief Justin Schawl, you've carved out a little bit more time for us today than I know that you were anticipating, and I appreciate it.
Oh, thank you for the opportunity.
Have a great day.
You too.
There is Indiana Borough Police Chief